Hello there, it's a beautiful morning in the Calyx Services garden. No better time to introduce to you the first in a two-part series on growing bromeliads outdoors in the garden. And in this first video, I'm going to be introducing the four main groups of bromeliads here and tell you a bit about their likes and dislikes so you too can get the most out of them in your garden. So please keep watching. Welcome back to the Calyx Services channel. I am Thelma, and today's topic, bromeliads. But it's really satisfying the fact that I'm able to show you a video on bromeliads at this time, because we started our collection from a few plants that were given as gifts no more than 2 or 3 years ago, and they're so easy to propagate, so easy to care. It's no surprise that they've become the focal point in our front garden. The newer hybrids, such spectacular colors. Take a look. And I'll be going into more details shortly, but just to give you an idea of why these things are so interesting. And you can understand why they are being expanded so rapidly in the garden. And here's another bromeliad that is of a totally different type. But before I go into more details on the various groups we have in the garden, let me share some general information with you about bromeliads, which apply to the groups that we are going to be featuring. And I'll start with the growing conditions. Bromeliads prefer areas of indirect sunlight or partial shade, such as you're seeing here, where shrubs and small trees filter the sunlight. And since they're tropical plants, they prefer medium to high levels of humidity and temperatures above 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The bromeliad family is quite varied. It includes epiphytes, or plants that grow on other plants, also aerophytes, those plants that grow in the air. There's some types that grow on rocks, as well as semi-terrestrial and terrestrial types. Flowers are often small and short-lived. Actually, the colorful parts that we admire are modified leaves known as bracts. These colorful bracts often last for months. Bromeliad leaves are also very interesting and colorful. They meet in the center of the plant, most of the time creating a cup which collects water that is needed by the plant, as well as water that is used by other small animals such as frogs and lizards. The leaves usually have short, sharp teeth, no doubt for their own protection. So, word of caution, be careful around bromeliads. In addition, bromeliad plants really have an interesting life cycle. Once they have reached maturity, they bloom. Like this is a mature plant. And once this plant has bloomed, it sends a lot of energy into producing pups. Pups are offshoots, and once these offshoots get to an independent size, approximately a third of the size of the mother plant, then the individual mother plant will die. The two original plants, these would have been the first mother plants. This one in particular sent out that pup, and this pup is now having pups. Usually if you're looking for more plants, you do not remove the mother plant. Give it a chance to put up more pups if you're looking for more plants. Now, let me move on to the four groups of bromeliads that I'll be featuring in this video. And these are the Ichmias, Gosmania, Neoregalia, and Bilbergia. And for those of you who are interested in the bromeliad family tree, each of these represent a separate genus in the botanical classification of bromeliads. And I'll start with Ichmia. The genus got its name Echmea from the Greek word for spear tip, which refers to its pointed, spear-shaped leaves. Echmea bromeliads have a spiked flower head, as you see here. They are relatively slow growing and small, and are about 2 feet tall and wide at maturity. Here are 2 other Echmea varieties in the Calyx garden. Next, we'll take a look at Guzmania. Guzmanias are commonly called tufted air plants, as some varieties have small flower tufts that appear among their brightly colored bracts. In addition to their very colorful bracts, another desirable feature of Guzmanias is the absence of teeth along the leaf edges. No doubt, it's one of the reasons why they are so popular as houseplants. Guzmanias are semi-terrestrials, meaning they will grow well in media containing some soil, plus other coarse components such as crushed bark, charcoal, and pebbles. And next up are the Neoregelias. What makes the Neoregelias very popular is that the lower portion of their leaves become very colorful when the plants are in bloom, but they need adequate light for full coloration. And here again, you have to look very closely to see the tiny flowers nestled in the cup. Some Neoregelia varieties have leaves that are spreading almost horizontal, leaving the central cup exposed, while there are other varieties that have a more vase-shaped habit of growth. That's it for the Neoregelias. Next up on our list is the 4th group, the Bilbergias. The Bilbergia you're seeing here is Bilbergia pyramidalis. It is semi-terrestrial and very drought tolerant. The leaves are cupped to channel water into the deep reservoir. Bilbergia is very attractive mounted on tree trunks as well as a ground cover. They produce urn-shaped flowers with very showy bracts, and plant in a cluster and bloom several times per year. There are many varieties. Some have spotted or banded leaves, and others have waxy or bluish color. We only have the pyramidalis at the moment, but we are on the lookout for some of the others. That's it for today's video. We hope you are now more familiar with 4 of the more popular groups of bromeliads. We will be covering the general care and the propagation of these 4 groups of bromeliads in the next video, and that video will be uploaded next week. If you have any questions or comments, please drop us a line in the comment box. We would really love to hear from you. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed already, we encourage you to do so. That way you will not miss any of the new videos that we upload weekly. So until next time, I'm Thelma, sitting in the Calyx Services garden saying bye-bye.